Today I'm going to teach you how to make foldables, which are a great teaching tool and a creative way for your students to be able to take notes in your classroom. Today I'm going to teach you a simple foldable, which is called a layered book, which can be used for many different subject areas, including math, science, history, step books if you have steps in a process. For instance, an example of a foldable that we have made in my classroom is this one here on conflict resolution. As you see, it has steps, and the students are able to put these steps in order and keep this information straight in their heads when they're preparing and learning this information. To make this simple, just a foldable, you need to know how many steps on your ladder, as I call it, that you're going to need to know. One of the things that I teach my students early on is a couple of different folds are going to be important when you're making foldables. Sometimes you need your students to fold their paper this way, which we call this our hamburger fold. Then sometimes you may need your students to fold their paper long ways, which I call this their hot dog fold. So that way it'll be folded this way. For this particular type of step foldable, I'm going to take 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper, which you can use smaller, larger paper depending on the size that you see it, the need it fits. You place the 2 sheets one on top of the other. I like to use colored paper because it tends to keep their attention while they're taking notes. Then when you turn, you can see I've got it. They're still about, looks like about 2 inches apart because they need more space. You fold this paper down on top of the other. Make a crease at the top. And as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3 steps for your foldable. The students can then staple their foldable across the top, and then now they have a great place to put a title, and they can start putting the information. As you can see, what's great about the foldable is now they can put the information underneath each of the steps. Now, if you are needing and wanting to make more layers on your foldable, you can always add more sheets. I have done foldables with 3 sheets, 4 sheets, depending on how many steps in the process. The students lay the paper on top of one another. They separate them. They need to be the same distance apart, which is probably one of the hardest things, is to make sure they get their paper lined up correctly before they make the fold. And then keep them straight. And then I like to flip mine over and fold it down. Now, sometimes I tell my students, fold right on top of the center. As you notice, I have purple, orange, blue, green, blue, orange, purple. Sometimes we may need that extra step on our foldable, so I'll tell them to do the double fold, double color in the center, which you can see now I have purple, orange, blue, green, green, and then it goes back down to the blue, orange, purple. So for this one, I do want that many layers. So now you can see on this particular foldable, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 levels to this foldable. It's a great way to engage your students and keep them active in the note-taking and learning process in your classroom. Thank you.